Since the city's inception, sculptures have decorated the downtown landscape, but one in particular has garnered more attention and questions than others. In this week's Curious Colorado, a viewer asked, what are those Humpty Dumptys and where did they come from? Well, we went looking. We didn't find all the King's horsemen, but we did find an answer. The first Humpty Dumpty was actually named Humpty and was part of the artist Kimber Feiberger's Eggman project.
The original Humpty was brought to Colorado Springs by Art on the Streets. We leased that piece from the artist for a year, and it sat out in front of the Pikes Peak Center. But while it was here, one of our local business owners said, you know, those really strike my fancy. I'm going to commission a couple more from the artist and install them in sort of unexpected places around downtown.
The 3-foot, 200-pound piece was commissioned in 2003 as part of Art on the Streets. It doesn't use a single taxpayer dime either. Privately funded program for all the public to see.
It's free, it's accessible 24/7, so we feel it's important to bring in as diverse a collection as possible.
Robert Colston walks by some of the artwork nearly every day. Does it strike you, or when you look at it, do you always kind of think of what the heck is it supposed to mean?
Not in particular, but it's always nice to like have it there. I know where I'm at exactly when I see it, so I suppose it's good for landmarking.
Landmarks or not, for almost 2 decades, Art on the Streets has spruced up public spaces of downtown with a yearly exhibit of works of sculptures from around the world.
In addition to beautifying the creative district, sculptures also serve to do a whole lot of other things that benefit the public, incentivizing walkability, brightening up a block that maybe needs a little bit of TLC, encouraging people to view the space differently. I mean, that's what public art is for, and so each time we try to use different spaces.
This year, there were proposals from artists in 7 different countries, 21 states, and 19 Colorado cities. The works include Eventide Rhythm, Galactic Stardust, X-Axis, and The Consequence of Line, to name a few. There's a dozen installations across downtown Colorado Springs within a mile radius, and there's even an app for it, so you can look smart to your friends when they ask for information.
Hey, what's with the footsteps?
Well, I can tell you that is from Scotty Burgess. He established it as to show that art is fun and whimsical. In fact, it leads to this over here. Follow me.
Civic Treasures was created allowing for a chance to introduce playful disruptions into the community.
The app even explores the location of each exhibit with background on the art and even commentary from the artists themselves.
Psychogeography is an approach that emphasizes playfulness and drifting around the urban environment.
A Portuguese artist created this piece that sits in the intersection at Nevada and Caceres. I could tell you a little something about the artist. It's Chico Santos. It's called Colorado, and he used the timber from a local Springs Park here. Did you know?
No, I figured the wood was treated.
Being able to show your work and have the public enjoy it that's what I'm doing this for. It's not to be made to be hidden away somewhere. And you know, different than being in a gallery or museum situation, being outdoors is, you know, you're right there with the public and they get to interact with it every single day, and that's pretty fantastic.
Fleshman sculpted the Origin piece that sat in the northwest corner of Acacia Park up until this week. Art enthusiasts in Colorado Springs have had an entire year to appreciate particular pieces like this. Now they're coming down.
And every year they go away just that last week of May, first week of June. So what you're seeing is the deinstallation of this previous year's exhibit, and you'll start to see 12 new pieces pop up around downtown here in the first week of June.
So get on your walking shoes and get ready to get acquainted with a whole new collection of art. Except for this familiar face, Humpty, who will continue to sit where he has the last 14 years in front of the Pikes Peak Center. You really shouldn't sit on that wall. Good thing it's not so high.
Humpty just doesn't learn.
I know, you think you would know by now. And you actually helped me out because you said your daughter, little Elle, actually found the kissing camels.
I'd probably walked by it 1,000 times, right. And then she was like, "Mommy, Mommy," and then points, and you have to get down nice and low, and then you see those little camels.
Yeah, so
they're my favorite, though. I think they're so cool.
Mine too. I was on the lookout for them. If it weren't for that app too, new installations being put up and should be in place by next week. If you download that app, OTOcast, O-T-O-Cast, you can even get more information on how to purchase some of that art.
Yeah, because who doesn't need little camels in their house?
I'm telling you.
Yeah. If you have a question you'd like us to answer, just head to our homepage and click on the Curious Colorado tab to